Today we're going to learn about integers and absolute value. First, we need to talk about what integers are. The definition for integers is the set of whole numbers and their opposites. So integers can include all positive whole numbers, 0, all negative whole numbers. So let's look at this number line. 0 is the middle, or it's the origin. It's neither positive or a negative number. It's just the origin, the beginning. Numbers to the right of 0 are positive integers. That means they are bigger or larger than 0. Numbers to the left of 0 are negative integers, and they are numbers that are smaller than 0. Numbers have opposites too. First, let's look at these little pictures over here. You know, you've got a rock and a pillow would be opposite, so hard and soft. Sleeping and awake. Daytime, nighttime would be its opposite. Hungry, eating, fast, and slow. So now let's look at the numbers. If you have 4, its opposite is -4, because that would be 4 to the right of 0 on the number line, and then that would be 4 to the left of 0 on the number line. You can have it as decimals. You can have 2.3 and then -2.3. They would still be the same distance from 0 on the right and the left of the number line. You can also do that with fractions. If you have 1/2, the opposite is -1/2. So here's our number line. So you can see that we have 0 is our origin. Numbers to the right are positive. Numbers to the left are negative. So I want to find out what is the opposite of +6. Well, I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places to the right on the number line. And so I have to do the same thing to the left of the number line. So I've got to go 6 places. Whoop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So -6 and 6 are opposites. So we have another number line here that's much prettier. They have made the nice little arcs rather than what I did with my little stylus. So what they have is they're showing that -4 and +4 are opposites, because they started at 0, the origin, and we went 4 spots to the right, which is +4, and 4 spots to the left, which is -4. So -4 and 4 are opposites. Let's talk about absolute value now. Absolute value is the distance between a number and 0 on the number line. When you have a set of parallel lines and a number in between, it always is referred to absolute value, and that means how many places away from 0 is that number. This example wants us to show how many places away from 0 is -3. So what is the absolute value of -3? So we started here on our number line at 0, and we're going here to -3. 1, 2, 3. Well, it was 3 places away, so the absolute value of -3 is 3. The next one is how many places away from 0 is 4. So what's the absolute value of 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. The absolute value is 4. So from 0, or our origin, we had to move 4 places to the right to get to 4. All right, so in this example, they want us to figure out how many places away is 7 from the origin. So what is the absolute value of 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the absolute value of 7 is 7. In example 2, we need to determine how many places from 0 or the origin did we move in order to get to negative 9. So we're going to start right here at our origin or 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we moved 9 places. So the absolute value of negative 9 is 9. Now you'd say, well, it was negative. We went to the left. Well, that's true, but absolute value only wants to know how many places from the origin did we move. So to get to negative 9, we moved 9 places. In example 4, it says find the absolute value of negative 2. They've only used words, but it still means the same thing. So how many places away from 0 is negative 2? Negative, we start at the origin. Negative is to the left, so we're going to go 1, 2. So we move 2 places to the left of 0 or our origin to get to negative 2. So the answer would be 2. In example 5, it says find the absolute value of 6. So what I want to do is find out, starting from 0 or our origin, how many places did I have to move to get to 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the absolute value of 6 is 6 because I had to move 6 places. In example 6, it says to compare the number 1 and the absolute value of 4. We don't need to do anything with the number 1 because it's just the number 1. But we do need to find out how many places away from 0 is 4. We're going to go to the right because it's a positive number. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the absolute value of 4 is 4. Now I need to compare 1 and 4. 4 is larger, so we will use the less than sign. And I would read this as 1 is less than 4. Our final example says to complete the statement using either less than, greater than, or equal to sign. Let's look at the very first one. We have the absolute value of negative 2 and the number negative 1. So first we need to find out how many places away from 0 is negative 2. Starting at the origin, we go to the left because it's negative 1, 2. So the absolute value of negative 2 is 2. So we have 2 and negative 1. 2 is larger, so we were going to do the greater than sign. So we would read it, 2 is greater than negative 1. The next one is 10 and 11. We don't need to draw those out on a number line because we already know they're not absolute values, so it's just 10 and 11. And we know that 11 is the larger number, so we are going to read this, 10 is less than 11. The third one, we have 9 and the absolute value of negative 9. So we need to look at a number line. This time it's negative, so we're going to go to the left. Oh, that's a big scary one. We're going to start here and go to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the absolute value of negative 9 is 9. So we have 9 and the absolute value of negative 9 is 9. So we have 9 and 9, and they are equal. The final example is negative 7 and the absolute value of 6. So we need to find out how many places away from 0 is 6. It's a positive number, so we're going to go to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the absolute value of 6 is 6. So we have negative 7 and 6. 6 is the larger number, so we're going to put the less than sign because we read it as negative 7 is less than 6.